everybody, Dogman Dan here. So let's start it right off. For the console, guys, it's official on Tuesday, the 16th. That's this Tuesday. PS4, Xbox One. You guys are getting the Specters of the Rail update, and that'll take you all the way from the beginning of Specters of the Rail, all the way, I think, to update 13 on Specters of the Rail. So it was like SOTR 13 hotfix, whatever. So get ready for the cavets and catvats and all that crap that you've seen on my channel. We've got the Specters of the Rail playlist there that has some good stuff, some bad stuff, my thoughts and opinions. Remember, everything's in there, so you can check out that playlist if you're looking for anything in particular. Otherwise, I'm just here doing my level 100 sorting mission to see what I get out of it. So it's a spy mission, so I'm playing with my my Loki Prime here in the background. Also, just kind of a thing, I know nobody's really ever talked about it before. I talked about it recently here on my Evolve video. But basically, just so you guys are aware of how it works. In terms of why it takes so long to get to consoles, the majority of the process gets stopped up at the certification point between Microsoft and Sony. I mean, basically what happens is, DE creates the PC build, they run through all their hotfixes, and they can do that because they are the developer and the publisher, and they can hotfix immediately as they do over and over and over till they get to a point where they're comfortable that major game breaking things are fixed enough so that they can go ahead and submit it to their dedicated team. They have to have a dedicated team for each of the consoles, so the PS4 dedicated team and the Xbox One dedicated team. These guys take that build, they go ahead and get it all set up and ported and ready to be submitted. Then they have to internally QA test the setup, the build, if you will. Once they get through internal QA testing, and that can all happen within a week, right? So, I mean, realistically, that can all happen within a week the way coding is these days and porting it from PC to console. And that's the whole point of why consoles really updated to make the porting stuff easier to do, right? Not saying that it's 100%, but a good dedicated team can port pretty quickly. Now, after that, in DE's case, since they are the publisher, they don't have to go through a publisher having a QA test on top of the developer having the QA test. Now they can go ahead and send this to the first party being the Microsoft and the Sony team. Microsoft will go through their certification process, Sony goes through their process, and they kind of break down everything that's going on in the build. They test everything, they make sure there's no game breaking bugs, they make sure nothing is going to brick the console that it's going out on. If anything happens that causes it to fail during their certification process, they kick it back to the developer in DE's case, okay, and they say, hey man, it's failed, this is what's wrong with it, DE's got to go back, fix the problem, and then go ahead and resubmit it. Now, for general terms, this is why you generally see the console build coming out about a month after, about roughly 4 weeks after on average, right? Because the development process takes roughly a week to convert everything, give or take, let's say, okay, once they've determined what they want to set up. The extra 3 to 6 week break period, if you will, somewhere in there, comes through the certification process. And of course, DE's not the only one submitting for certification, so they've got to wait in line for everything else that's going through certifications for people that are doing their updates from other developers as well. It's not like Microsoft and Sony have a strictly dedicated team just to Warframe. They don't. You have to go to, the certification group, and it's got to get in line like everybody else. So that's why it takes 3 to 6 weeks, in case anybody's wondering. Is the process ever going to get faster? No, probably not. It doesn't matter who you are as a developer. This is the process that has to occur. Now, obviously, some developers will hold back one version until they're all ready to release. But what we've seen now in the changes over since Xbox One and PS4, we've now seen it flipping to the point where developers, even AAA developers, are saying, okay, we've got a build, we'll push it out on PC. PC gets it, they run through it all, and if there's any major problems, they can quickly fix those problems. Any developer, really, especially with the Steam platform or the Uplay platform or Origin platform, they can all be quickly taken care of. They push them, and then you wait for the upcoming console versions. And we saw that. We saw that happening with pretty much every game recently. Even EA stuff, the Need for Speed stuff. Obviously, it took Need for Speed forever to be put on PC, but when they put it on PC, they had all new content ready for the consoles, but they actually held the PC version until the console version was ready to release as well, because of it being such a big update of stuff in the initial release on PCs. In other games, and other updates from other companies as well, you've seen it where the PC will come out a little bit before the console. Or if it's a console game that's being ported over to PC, it's going to be the opposite way around, where the console version comes out before the PC version. But a lot of developers now are building PC-wise, computer-wise, and able to take that direct code into the console. So that's where the shift is these days. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of what's going on here in the background. I did like I said, my level 100 sortie. Ended up with the NASA part. It's all good. It's all good. So, again, consoles, Tuesday. And I'm expecting Wednesday to be the next update. Update 3 out of 4 for U19, which will have Titania and the new Syndicate melee weapons. So excited about that. Stay tuned. We're going to have so much stuff going on this week with Warframe, as well as other stuff that I'm still trying to push out on the channel, Evolve stuff, and everything else that the few people are watching and enjoying. Anyway, I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks a lot.